What's up, my fellow Bitcoin hodlers? Today I'm going to go over Yeti Cold's Level 2 Bitcoin wallet. First thing to do is hop on the internet and head on over to yeticold.com. So again, we're going to see the three levels. Today we're going to be doing level 2, which is recommended for storing between $5,000 and $50,000 USD worth of Bitcoin. It is a 3 of 7 HT multi-sig setup that requires only a single laptop. So let's go ahead and click on that. Step 1, gather required equipment. A laptop that can run Ubuntu and Bitcoin Core. Almost any laptop made for Windows will work, but if your laptop has a solid-state drive type hard drive, some steps will take a few hours instead of a few days. You're going to need one USB thumb drive. This will be used to install Ubuntu. Ubuntu recommends it being at least 4 gigabytes in size. You're also going to need 7 blank CD-ROM disks and 1 CD-ROM drive. Now, if your laptop has one built in, you'll be able to use that. But if you don't have one built into your laptop, you can always pick up an external CDR drive. Okay, now let's go to step 2. Install Ubuntu. Install Ubuntu on your laptop following these steps and then click Next to continue. Use the long-term support LTS version of Ubuntu. This is currently 20.04 and is at the top of the download page. So make sure and download this version because Yeti can't guarantee that it will work with any other version. You're going to delete and erase all existing partitions using the disk utility that you can access by selecting Try Ubuntu before installing Ubuntu. Use only trustworthy guides such as this one, Install Ubuntu. So I'm actually going to walk you through this process, and I've already done this from a previous video, the level 1 video. So I'm going to cut to that, and then I'll be back after that is done to continue the process with level 2. Install Ubuntu. So this is actually going to take you over to Ubuntu's website. Okay, so this is the opening page, the overview. We're just going to go ahead and skip through that. So down below here, we see that it says we also have several tutorials that explain how to create an Ubuntu DVD or USB flash drive. We're going to be doing the flash drive, so we're going to go ahead and open up that tutorial page and go ahead and find how to create a bootable USB stick on Windows and select that. Skip over to step 2 requirements. You're going to need, again, a 4 gigabyte or larger USB stick / flash drive, Microsoft Windows XP or later, Rufus, a free and open source USB stick writing tool, an Ubuntu ISO file, and again we're downloading the LTS version, and it has a link to go ahead and download that. Let's start off with Rufus. Head on over to their website. And we're going to download Rufus 3.13. And then we're going to head on back to the requirements and get Ubuntu page so we can download the LTS version. Go ahead and click Ubuntu Desktop and the Ubuntu 20.04.1 LTS. And we're going to go ahead and download that. So this is a fairly large file, so I'm going to let that download and I'll be back in just a second. Okay, and the Ubuntu desktop file has downloaded. So let's go back to the bootable USB stick tutorial and head over to step 3. And it says to launch Rufus. So let's go ahead and launch Rufus. There she is. Insert your USB stick. So I have an HP 8 gigabyte stick. I'm going to go ahead and put in the computer. And then Rufus will update to set the device within device field. Let's see if it did that. Yes, it did. And it's the only device I have currently in the computer. So it's the only one to select. If you had something else in the computer, it might show 2 devices. So make sure you have nothing else connected and it'll be easy to pick the correct one. Step 4, boot selection and partition scheme. Get that back up. Okay, now choose the boot selection. Choices will be non-bootable and free DOS. Since you are creating a bootable Ubuntu device, select free DOS. Okay. The default selections for partition scheme, MBR, and target system BIOS are appropriate and the only ones available. Okay. Step 5, select the Ubuntu ISO file. To select the Ubuntu ISO file you downloaded previously, click the select to the right of the boot selection. So we got the boot selection right there. Hit the select. Open up the ISO file. Select the appropriate ISO file and click open. Write the ISO. The volume label will be updated to reflect the ISO selected. Yes, it did. Leave all the parameters with their default values and click Start to initiate the write process. So it's telling me I need to download a couple files to continue the process. So let's go ahead and do that. You will then be alerted that Rufus has detected that the Ubuntu ISO is an ISO hybrid image. This means the same image file can be used as a source for both a DVD and a USB stick without requiring conversion. Keep Write in ISO image mode selected and click OK to continue. And it's just telling me all the data is going to be wiped. So make sure it is backed up if there was any data on it to begin with. This is a fresh USB stick, so I don't have to worry about that. And it's saying it should take about 10 minutes. So I'll be back in a few. Okay, and we're back. The ISO file has completed. It says ready, so we're going to go over to step 10. Installation complete. When Rufus has finished writing the USB device, the status bar will be green and filled with the word ready. Yes. Select close to complete the write process. Awesome. We're going to head back over to the install Ubuntu desktop tutorial. Most computers will boot from the USB automatically. Simply insert the USB flash drive and either power on your computer or restart it. If your computer doesn't automatically boot from the USB, try holding F12 when your computer first starts. Okay, we're going to go ahead and switch computers and go over to my laptop. Okay, so after putting my USB flash drive into my laptop and restarting the computer, nothing happened. So as per instructions, I pressed the F12 key on reboot and nothing happened either. So I went back to the tutorial page and read that F12 is the most common key for bringing up your system's boot menu, but Escape, F2, and F10 are also common alternatives. So I tried all three of those. Those didn't work either. So I went online and looked up my HP laptop and how to get to the boot menu, and it turns out I have to go through the Windows settings to get to it. Every device is going to be a little bit different. Again, the end goal is to get to the boot menu and boot from that USB thumb drive. So I am going to show you how to do it using an HP laptop. You're going to want to go to the bottom left corner to the Windows icon and go to Settings. And from there, you're going to go to Update and Security. And then click the Recovery tab. And under Advanced Startup, click Restart Now. And then we're going to go to Troubleshoot, Advanced Options, UEFI Firmware Settings. And then click Restart. Now we see the startup menu. Hit F9 for the boot menu. Arrow down to USB hard drive and hit enter. So now we're booting from that flash drive. And that takes us to the Ubuntu install page. And we're not going to install yet. We're just going to try Ubuntu. Okay, and once the screen pops up, you're going to go to the bottom left corner where the 9 dots are, Show Applications. Go to Disks. And now we're going to delete each partition on the hard drive. So you're going to hit the minus button and delete. That was the first partition. We're going to go to the second one. Same deal, minus button, delete. Third partition, delete. And the last partition, minus button, and delete. Now we're going to add a partition that takes up the entire space of the hard drive, so 128 gigabytes. Hit create, and it's creating the file system. Once that's done, you can X out and click the Install Ubuntu. And we're going to select English and hit continue. Keyboard layout, English, continue. Normal installation, and hit continue. Erase disk and install Ubuntu, install. Continue. And then we're going to select our location and hit continue. And then we're going to put our name in and a password and click continue. After that installs, go ahead and restart now. And then it's asking me to please remove the installation medium. So just take out your flash drive and hit enter. Continue boot. Once that reloads, log back in. And to finish the install, live patch, just hit next. No, don't send system info. Next. Location services, no. Hit next. And we're ready to go. Okay, now that we have Ubuntu installed, we're going to go ahead and check for updates, but first we're going to need to connect to the internet. Unfortunately, my HP laptop doesn't have an Ethernet port, but luckily I have this USB to Ethernet adapter, so I'm just going to go ahead and plug my Ethernet cable into that and plug the USB into the computer. And wired connected. Awesome. So go to the 9 dots in the bottom left corner to show applications, and you're going to want to scroll to the software updater. It's going to now check to make sure you're up to date with your software. So it's telling me the software is up to date on this computer. I did install the update earlier, and it just prompted me to punch in my password. Go ahead and install that and then restart. Once you have restarted, now we're going to go back, open our browser up, and head on over to yeticold.com. Okay, let's go ahead and continue the Yeti Level 2 Wallet Guide. Let's go ahead and click on Level 2. Skip the step 1, skip the step 2. And it's saying to switch to your Ubuntu laptop. We're already on that laptop. So let's go ahead and copy this and paste it into a fresh tab. Step 4, download Yeti to your laptop. On your laptop, click on the 9 dots in the bottom left corner of your Ubuntu desktop and then click Terminal. Click Copy to copy the text below this line. Okay, we're going to go and copy that. Click the 9 dots, Show Applications. Open up Terminal. Right-click, paste, enter. Punch in my password. Okay, that's complete. Go back. Click Copy to copy the text below this line. Okay. Go back to Terminal. Right-click, paste, enter. Create or recover a wallet. We're going to go ahead and create a wallet. And this launches Bitcoin Core. So now Bitcoin Core is going to sync to the Bitcoin blockchain. Now I've already done this, so it's going to go pretty quick. I'm already at 99.99%, just 5 hours behind. Okay, now that I have synced to the Bitcoin blockchain, I'm going to go back to step 5 of the Yeti Level 2 wallet and click Next. Step 6, further randomize your Bitcoin seeds. We're going to go ahead and skip this step. Step 7, copy seeds to the CDs. Insert one of your 7 blank CDs. Okay, now that the CD is loaded into the computer, open the Files application and click on Documents. Okay, now I see all 7 seeds. And now it's telling me to copy the folder name Yeti Seed 1 to the CD and click Write to Disk and then click Burn. When you see data CD successfully burnt, click Close or Remove and then label the CD Seed 1. Repeat steps 1 through 4 above with your other 6 seed folders and click Next to continue. Ensure that you have 7 different seed folders on each of your 7 seed CDs labeled Seed 1 through Seed 7 before clicking Next. So let's go ahead and start with Seed 1. Open Files, Documents. Here's the Yeti Seed 1, copy, and the blank CDR. Paste. And then we're going to write to disk, burn. Okay, now that has successfully burned, I'm going to pull out the disk, put it in a CD case, and label it Seed 1. And I'm also going to write Level 2 just so I know it's Yeti Level 2 wallet. Now I'm going to go ahead and repeat all those steps for the 6 other seeds. So I'm going to have 7 seeds, 7 disks, all labeled Seed 1 through Seed 7. Step 8, check Seed 1 of 7. So this is where we make sure we did everything right and we have 7 different seeds on 7 different CDs. So to check the first one, I'll put the CD back into the CD drive. All right, once that loads up into the computer, I'm going to hit Browse. Go to the CD drive. Open up the Yeti Seed 1 folder. And open up Yeti Seed 1.txt. So once you open the text file, it will paste automatically all of your NATO phonetic alphabet words, which is your seed. If you don't know what the NATO phonetic alphabet is, it's what the military uses. Capital Kilo, all capital letters, is just a capital K. Lowercase whiskey is a lowercase w. Lowercase India is a lowercase I, and so on. So it actually shows you if something's wrong, it's going to show red, and it's going to show green if you're good to go. So all these are good to go, and I'm just going to hit Next. So after you hit Next, you're going to be prompted to check Seed 2 of 7. So I'm going to skip this process, but you're going to want to go through 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, making sure that all your disks are properly burned and that you didn't copy any of the same seed twice. So after you check the last seed, your 7th seed, go ahead and click Next. And now your Bitcoin Core wallet is now set up and ready to use. Click on the B on the left side of your screen and you're ready to send and receive using Bitcoin Core. Awesome. So we're going to just head over there and you can see Overview, Send, Receive, and Past Transactions. So we are ready to go. That concludes the Yeti Cold Level 2 Bitcoin Wallet video guide. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. Be sure and check out Level 3 when you're ready to step up your game and go to the next security level.